Hello friends, welcome to the square spiral garden. Cosmos is doing great. It's been absolutely covered in bumblebees and the Gulf fritillary and some goldenrod. Here's the garden right now. There's my apple tree. Maximilian sunflower, looks like it might bloom soon. Here's my rosemary. It survived the polar vortex because I put it under a tarp. I laid tomato cages sideways with the wide end towards this and the narrow end that direction on both sides, and then of course it's protected by the house over here. And then I laid the tarp over top, so it made like a little greenhouse for it. It was not this tall right now. It's coming up on hip height. It smells wonderful. Oregano. Mist flowers. The cannas did not do very well this year. They did not like the heat. Now there's a water pipe right there that runs underneath the ground. It comes off of the side of the house from the downspout. That's still, when there's no rain, you know, there's nothing to pipe down it. Now I have been watering certain plants in the garden, including these greens here and over there. And I had to start watering with not just plain water, but I've been collecting urine and using that. Now this is today's compost pit. It's in the strawberry bed. This strawberry plant got dug up as a result, you know, digging the compost pit. And so I replanted it on top. It's wilted a little bit right now. This is the strawberry bed. It's kind of difficult to tell right now. As hot and dry as it got during August and September. Today is the last day of September. I let the weeds grow. But yeah, these are our strawberries here. They will survive frost, and I will weed when frost comes. I will weed this, pull out the smart weed and the grass. This is Bermuda grass, which is a terrible, terrible weed. And the Asiatic daylilies. I'll pull all those out, and the strawberries will get sunlight for a lot of the summer. Now here's my sunchoke bed. The sunchokes have suffered really badly from deer damage. I have been watering with Urine-water. Not just water. At first I just tried watering like around the base, and that did not deter the deer at all. Not in the least. I had always thought it would. So since then I've been watering over top with Urine-water. 1 part urine to 10 parts water, 8 to 10 parts water. That's a fertilizer as well, so it's good for them. The deer also completely tore up my amaranth. Both of these I'm having to lean over right now. Both of these guys were getting to be like 4 and 5 feet tall, and then the deer found them. We will be putting in a deer fence. Yes, I know. So here's this guy. They're starting to recover now that I'm making the leaves taste like urine. So slowly making its comeback. This guy made it. This one didn't. Over there. Right here. I'm really bummed. I was looking forward to harvesting sunchokes, but I'm just thinking they might only just survive. Loofah gourds, doing nicely. Here's one of the smaller ones. I planted these guys in July and have kept up with watering them pretty well. And these guys are just crazy. Crazy. That's at least 2 feet long. Marigolds, I think, have helped shelter them a little bit from predators. but they've been covered in pollinators. There's one now. There's one now. Pretty little butterfly. Little Gulf fritillary. Greens are doing well. I've had to do the same urine-water technique, watering technique here because the deer will otherwise just eat up all this poke. This is the native poke weed. I use the poke berries as medicine, which is not recommended by doctors, but I was starting to develop rheumatism. My knuckles were starting to swell up, especially my thumb. It started to develop knots on it, and I started taking a pokeberry every day about 3 or 4 years ago, and that put an end to it, but I have to bring it back. I have to take it pretty much every day. If I forget and quit taking the pokeberries, then about 2 to 4 weeks later, the knots will start to come back. And my hands will start to stiffen up again. So it's been good medicine for me, but of course the greens are also edible. So I've been letting them grow in this patch here, as well as my onions. This is my first year to grow onions, and I'm hoping that, they're starting to turn red at the base. I think that must mean they're good to go soon. And those are my mustard greens. The mustard greens did not grow, even though I watered every day. They just barely sprouted and did not grow until the weather started to turn a little bit cooler. So that's how they've done. Over here we have asparagus. It started to grow again also after it started to get cooler. Ironically, this pokeweed over here, Inky Jr., the deer haven't touched it. It has not grown very tall. More asparagus. I've watered the asparagus several times, but not as frequently during the heat of summer. I think I've identified a poisonous plant that I will need to take out. Oh, here's some of the asters. The asters are just starting to bloom. They're so pretty. They have a slight blue-purple cast to them, just barely, some more than others. And of course the goldenrod is crazy beautiful right now. Goldenrod, goldenrod, this is not the ragweed. This is goldenrod, it's good for you. I think that this white flower right here is snake root, which is highly toxic, and if your animals eat it, their milk becomes toxic. Oh, this is a slog through here. I had it cleaned out a few weeks ago and did not keep it cleaned out. Mist flowers. Some of them are doing fantastic. Here's another with a smaller asparagus, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is snake root. Here is this magnificent, oh, there's this precious little spider on there. Oh, and I know the name of that spider and I cannot remember. That's my big asparagus there, and I'm thinking this coming spring we will get to harvest. We will get to harvest, but yeah. Oh, she caught herself a bee. Yeah, this is our goldenrod. Really, really good for pollinators, bees, and all kinds of bugs. Love it, good bugs. Here's the mist flowers. Doing really well. This is where that pipe runs off. See, the pipe comes down off the house, and I've got it run into a perforated pipe that I put underground right here, and it ends right about there. So when it comes a flood, water will pour out that end, and that end of the garden will get a good soaking. But when we get a little bit of rain, these guys brighten up. I did have my blueberries here, but it was not enough sunlight for them, so I moved them. Let's see. Oh, I was going to show you. Yeah, the Maximilian sunflowers. starting to bloom. Starting to bloom. Look how tall they are. Well, you can't see. Let's see. I don't know if you can see me and the sunflowers. I hope this is in frame, but they're a good 12 feet tall. So, all right, so we're back at the beginning of the garden. Middle of the garden's kind of trash right now. Someday I will have all of this really, really well maintained. This is not that day. All right, be well, y'all.